Everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's jump into Real Housewives of Atlanta real quick. I promise this is going to be a quick review because ain't too much go on. And I want to hurry up and get through the reunion because I want to see Potomac. I'm looking forward to Real Housewives of Potomac. I'm kind of looking forward to New York. When does that come on? Because they have a new girl on there that I'm interested in seeing, just learning a little bit about. But let's get this out the way so we can put a bow on this. And fingers crossed, they get it better or get it right for next year. There's only about 3 situations I want to talk about. First is Drew using her child for a storyline. Drew, this episode took, is it Josiah, to go meet the old daddy. I don't like that because when you say new daddy versus old daddy, it already puts a negative implication on the biological father, because who wants something old? Everybody wants something new. That is that child's biological father. That whole scene, I felt that scene only because I lived it through my son's eyes. And I ain't gonna get into telling all of that business, but it hit me personally. And as a mom who has lived through having to reintroduce and build a bond with a biological parent, I would never put that shit on TV. I would never put that shit on TV. I'm not mad at the child for feeling how he felt. I'm really not mad at the child for saying what he said. But I've heard all kinds of opinions about it, and I feel like I would never put my child in that scenario where it's already an uncomfortable situation for the family as a whole. I would never then put a camera in his face and say action. I wouldn't do that to my child, but Josiah ain't my child. But let's move on from that because it's just sad. And I feel like, Drew, they say you've been trying to get on the show for the past 3 years. That means you should have been following what storylines work and what don't. Haven't you seen, we've been dragging Candy. Candy has used this storyline every other year with Riley in the block. We don't like it when Candy did it. So what make you think we want to see you do it with a 9-year-old? At least Riley is a teenager. And at least your baby daddy at least was interested in wanting to have some kind of connection with his child, where it looks like Block, he just here to lights camera action too. And I don't know, you moved from LA to Atlanta for a job. I ain't mad at you. That's your job, to be in Atlanta. But it's hard. Like, it's hard enough for me. And my son and his dad have a way better relationship now, but he's still in Alabama and I'm in Tennessee. That's a good drive, but at least that's drivable. LA to Atlanta is an expensive ass flight. It's hard to have that type of relationship when you don't have those kind of coins to fly back and forth and see each other. So let's get on with Drew, because I'm going to drag her ass a lot more at the end. Next, Kenya gets blocked by Mark. I don't care. I'm surprised I didn't hit the fast forward because Kenya was talking about Mark, but I actually watched the scene, a little bit of counseling session. Next season, if Kenya is not divorced from Mark, she better be out there dating, dropping it low, spreading it wide, doing whatever Portia was doing this season. I want to see Kenya have some fun. I'm tired of seeing her sad, depressed, don't know what to do for some man that looks like ain't never wanted you. The only time I seen him happy is when y'all did them little pictures on the beach. I ain't never seen this man want you. Please move on. Please be done with his ass by next season. Kenya said, let's get Mark's side of the story. And then she went to call him and she was like, my phone is blocked. What 2-year-old has a cell phone? She had to call him from Brooklyn's phone. I'm assuming that's the nanny's phone because with her backpack. So I'm assuming that's the phone she calls the nanny when she needs to get in touch with Brooklyn or whatever. That was 2. The last thing I want to talk about that gave me any interest was this regifting party. I know it was called Friendsmas or whatever y'all want to call it. Cynthia said, we Atlanta bitches on the Housewives, we on Bravo, we can afford $1,000 gifts. Obviously, you bitches can't. Because everything that I saw unwrapped looked like a regift. And there ain't nothing wrong with a little regift, but don't up, like if all you want to spend on these hoes, because I know many of y'all are not friends for real, if all you want to spend on these hoes is $100, you should have left it at $100. Don't come looking in your closet for something that somebody gave you that you think might be $1,000 and put a bow on it. No, ma'am. First off, everybody looked good. The food looked good. It looked like a fun time. I would have liked to take some pictures by a Christmas llama. That looked interesting. You know, something different. Portia and Drew were 3.5 hours late. Now, mind you, I know Portia stayed I know where Portia stayed, and she stayed in the worst part of traffic. You got to go up 85 North. Anything 85 North is a mess. It's an hour getting up and down 85 North, period. And then you got to drive all the way over 400 North to Cynthia's house. So that could have been a good hour and a half, 2-hour drive. Because when everyone got there, Drew was like, Portia just made it to my house. We on our way. That could have been a 2-hour drive from right there. But 3.5, it had to be an accident. I can't stand going through Atlanta. Atlanta has the absolute worst traffic, period. Now, I ain't been to LA. I ain't been to New York. But that Atlanta shit, that's the one thing. I don't ever want to move back to Atlanta because of that traffic. But come 3.5 hours into the party, we supposed to be good and drunk. We should have been ate. We should have been exchanged these gifts. 3.5 hours into the party, I'm almost ready to go. And I mean, it's just a party of us sitting around talking. It ain't that much talking I want to do. It wasn't no spades being played. It didn't look like no good drinks was being drank. It ain't that much eating in the world. Anyway, let's get off of Portia and Drew being late as hell. Portia looked good though. I love that little, it looked like a little rock and roll haircut. Portia, she just looked good. Let's get off of that. Let's get into these tired ass gifts. So up first is Portia's, because I guess 1 and 2 are the worst. We play White Elephant at the job every year. Well, before pandemic. We haven't played it since we've been in a pandemic. And they always come up. One year we played White Elephant with poker cards. One year we played it with dice. They always coming up with something crazy to play White Elephant. So it is a fun game. Lord, look at my shirt. It ain't gonna stay. I can't help it. I understood the rules of the game. So Portia has the worst number 1. She opened up these tired ass bracelets that Cynthia gave. Just because they say Tiffany don't mean it's cute. Just like, it's like them people who spend $100, $200 on a shirt just so it can say Gucci. Bitch, it's a t-shirt. You could have got this same shit at Walmart, used somebody Cricut and put you 2 G's on it and walked away for $5.50. Moving on. I didn't like them bracelets either, Portia. Next, I guess it was Drew. She picked Portia's gift. Now, I would have picked Portia's gift too, because Portia is a bad bitch. Anything she bought, I knew would have been very stylish, very high class. So she picked Portia's gift. It's some kind of perfume that costs over $1,000. I've never heard of it. I don't want to hear of it. I don't even want to know what it smells like, because $1,000 perfume is way out of my budget. If I had $1,000 sitting around, the last thing I was spending on is perfume, but I ain't a rich bitch. But it was nice. I'm not mad at Mallory, who broke ass went next. She stole the $1,000 perfume. That's the only way I'm going to have some $1,000 perfume. I'm going to have to go to a White Elephant and I'm going to have to steal it. But if you invite me to a White Elephant, and it's $100 gifts, I'm probably not coming. Let me tell you, for Christmas, I don't think I spent $1,000 in total for Christmas. Now, mind you, I only got one child, so I ain't got to really ball out too hard for one child. $1,000. Let's quit tripping on the price. because I'm usually not a cheap person, but $1,000 is a lot of money to me. I could do a lot of shit with $1,000. Get off of the price. So Mallory stole Drew's gift, so Drew has to pick again. Mallory brings these champagne bottles that I believe 100% came from the Cynthia Bailey wine cellar business, whatever it's called. And you can't tell me no less, because I don't believe Cynthia paid $1,000 for her gift. So that was a womp womp. But everybody was like, well, Drew, you and Portia was late. That's what y'all get. Up next, I think, was Shamia, and Candy bought an iPhone. That's great. Shamia was excited about it, but to me, I wouldn't be too excited about it, because to me, rich bitch is supposed to have the new iPhone. What y'all doing with the same iPhone I got? Like, you supposed to have the 12. Kenya brought some kind of diamond earrings, and it was Candy's turn. When I looked at the earrings, I said, them not $5,000. I don't care what Kenya says. You got to show me the receipt, and whoever sold it to you overcharged. You paid too much. Those are the same diamond earrings that my husband gave me. They're a cluster, a nice size cluster diamond earring. It's not one huge stone, but it's a cluster of smaller diamonds. And I know for damn sure my husband ain't spent no $5,000 on no earrings. He ain't spent $1,000 on them. I can guarantee that. So let's move on. Up next, I think somebody picked Marlo's gift, which was a Chanel brooch and a scarf. Something Marlo pulled out of her closet, but at least it was Chanel. And then Marlo's proxy. No, somebody else brought the Chanel. Marlo gave the cash. Cynthia got the $1,000 in cash. Portia told on herself, because she was like, ooh, give me them ones so I could tip Bolo. Girl, Bolo shouldn't come out your name no more. I'm just happy nobody else caught it and went anywhere else with it. They just let that Portia have that. I caught it, but Portia, if I was you, I pretend like Bolo didn't exist. But it was, it is what it is. So I don't know who bought, Shamia gave the Chanel. So Marlo's proxy stole the Chanel from Kenya. So, Kenya gets Drew's gift, and nobody wants Drew's gift. It's the same as if Giselle would have brought her ass in there with a gift. Nobody wants your tacky ass ideas of $1,000 gift. Look at you. No, ma'am. So Drew comes in with a gag gift. Now, I wouldn't have been mad if the gag was, you said it looked like I got a pet on my head. So here's the wig in the pet box. Okay. Haha. Yeah, that's funny, girl. Yeah, pet on the head. And then if you would have at least had $1,000 donation to the Pet Humane Society, then I could understand it. It was a gag and you still spent $1,000. That's what your ass get for saying I got a pet on my head. You got a pet donation. Done. I would have been happy with that. But then you just give $100. You done went back to my middle school closet and found a cassette, one of them mini cassette boom boxes. I haven't seen a cassette. Damn. And I'm older than most YouTube people. I haven't seen a cassette probably in 20 years. Over 20 years. Because by the time I got in high school, we was already onto DVDs. Is it DVDs? No, CDs, whatever they was called. So I ain't seen a cassette in a long time. Who has one of them old school tape recorders where you hit play and record at the same time to be recording a conversation? I feel like this pastor is 100% on this gag, this gig. This is something for him. I don't know. It just seems, why, if you already know Drew is trying to scandalize your name, are you sitting down still talking to this man who you say has a problem with you being friends with LaToya? Why are you telling him, oh, well, I like LaToya. Yeah, I was engaged 3 years ago, but I wouldn't do this because I was already married when I met my baby mama 3. Like, whatever he said, one, it ain't had nothing to do with LaToya. Two, it ain't have nothing to do with the point that Drew was trying to make about LaToya. And I'm just still baffled that you were able to find a cassette recorder. I'm telling you, I feel like everybody is in on the joke. They ain't had shit else to talk about all season, because let me tell you how the season went. The season went snooze. Candy had a great bachelorette party. That was one of the best episodes ever, just because it was fun. Then it went into, did Portia fuck the stripper for about 6, 7, 8 episodes. Then it went back to sleep. And mind you, Portia fucking the stripper investigation was a snooze as well. But then it went back to sleep. And then I guess production said, Drew, come up with something. Come up with something, Drew. Y'all have to do better. Because what ended up happening, I guess Latoya came in at the right time. Latoya and Drew argued. I don't want to get into the middle of that because it was late, tired, and old. And it was confusing. It ain't have nothing to do with Drew. Candy got upset, checked Drew. Okay. Everybody's like, well, Candy, you ain't checked Kenya. I don't care about none of this. It's not worth watching. And I can't stand Drew, because Drew is the type of bitch who you want to come up here and say, God this, God that, the church this, the church that. And that's why I don't like Latoya. But you were the one who invited Latoya into your church. You invited her to get help as a Christian. And then, see, you the type of bitch you can't go to church with. Because I've been on breakdown and told my testimony in church and got happy and felt full of joy. But you the bitch, soon as you get in your car, want to go run and group text everybody about what I just testified about. Not because I testified and felt the spirit, but because you want to spread my business. I've seen people do it. That's why I don't like churchy people. I really don't even... We ain't gonna go down. We ain't gonna go there. We ain't gonna go there. But Drew is definitely the type of person I've seen in a lot of churches. And she's the type of person who's caused me to leave many churches. I don't like bitches like that. And that was the episode. Toya comes back in to argue with Drew some more. She throws the wig way clearly over Drew's head. But now Drew wants to be like, I'm from Chicago. I'm from Chicago. And all you end up doing was showing your ugly ass Spanx. I feel like you really don't want it with Latoya, because Latoya is crazy. And drunk people don't fight fair. Drunk people don't fight fair. She been picked up a chair and bopped your ass and really fucked up your Achilles again, for real. Like, how you... Let's end it. Let's end it. The best part of the episode is when Kenya said, grab these bottles. Drew lame ass don't deserve no gifts. And I think Kenya took the Chanel back. She took half of the champagne. And she took a Gucci purse. And I wasn't mad at it. And you know I can't stand Kenya ass. But I was not mad at none of it. None of it. Because all of it was a re-gift. I would have been pissed. That's the end of the episode. So what are they going to do better next season? Everyone is like, don't get rid of the cast, get better production. I believe that's what Candy said. I said Candy just saying that because she don't want to lose her job. To me, Candy and Cynthia are the first two that can go. And I love Candy. But I'd rather Candy go ahead and continue with her Old Lady Gang spinoff. I would like to see just different characters surrounding Candy. We'll get to see her completely engulfed in the business side of Candy, more of Todd in the business. And it could be like one of them restaurant shows where everybody get in there and say little funny ratchet stuff in the restaurant, but not too ratchet where it messes with the service of your restaurant. I'd rather see Candy go on to do that. I'd rather see Cynthia go on over there to the HGTV. Get on House Hunters one episode, find your little house with Mike Hill, and go sit down and enjoy your marriage. You done had enough shine on TV. You have nothing else to give Cynthia. Kenya and Portia can come back, but I would like to see Kenya and Portia at least be cordial. I would really, if this season wouldn't have went down, I would have loved to see Kenya and Portia go at ATL together, like go out, have fun, look for men, because both of y'all about the single, period. Like Kenya playing that marriage and divorce. But y'all, we already know it ain't no marriage certificate out there for you to play with. Because at the end of the thing, they saying Kenya has filed for divorce and not a TMC, a Jasmine Brand, a B Sky. Ain't nobody. Nobody's reporting that Kenya has found paperwork. Nowhere on Twitter. We just gonna throw it at the end of Bravo, and I bet you next year she gonna be divorced, and we ain't nobody gonna see no divorce certificate either, because that bitch ain't in near married. But I'm tired of talking about that. I would love to see Kenya and Portia like go out on some fun speed dates, or just out strolling, having a good time being single, and having a couple of play dates. That would be interesting. That would be fun. But I don't think there's no coming back for those two. So I don't know where else they go. Give Marlo a peach. Who cares? Let's see what Marlo have to give. I say give Toya a peach too, and take Drew's, because Drew is on fake shit and don't nobody want to see no fake shit. At least, I mean, maybe if Toya takes over as the villain, Kenya could be still, and we can get to see this Kenya that everyone says has this great personality, and everyone likes Kenya outside of the show. Maybe she can be that Kenya instead of the villain. And I don't have to see Phaedra back. I don't have to see Sheree back. I love Nene, period. But we all know Nene not coming. She done burned all her bridges over to the VH1. Or the Bravo. All the Bravo bridges are burnt for Nene. That's why she working over there with Zeus. And that's it. That's it. I've seen little snippets of the reunion, and when I say it looks like a snooze, it looked like some shit I might not even review. Because one of the scenes was Andy asking everybody, well, who you wearing? Who designed that? One, we don't know none of these motherfucking designers that designed these dresses. And two, Portia ain't even know the name of her person. She got to get on her cell phone and text somebody to figure it out. I've never seen a season where Andy has asked any of the girls what they're wearing. That's how you know he has nothing else to ask. We gonna watch the shit just out of habit. But that's it. Like, comment, share. Let me know what y'all think about the Housewives. Let me know what y'all think can make it better next season. Or should we just bury it and maybe come up with the Real Housewives of Dallas, or what's another black city? Hell, since everybody want to shout out they from Chicago, take their asses to Chicago and find 5 black girls with some money in Chicago and do that. Anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.